With a brand new sensor, the latest AI subject detection, improved video capabilities along with auto framing, and so much more, it's great to see a new camera in this lineup from Sony. The Alpha 6600 introduced several new features to Sony's APS-C series of cameras, and over the past few years we've seen huge improvements to the internal technology found inside of mirrorless systems. The 3 years since the 6600 was released may feel like a long time, but with a brand new sensor, the latest AI subject detection, improved video capabilities along with auto framing, and so much more, it's great to see a new camera in this lineup from Sony. I'm Pete from London Camera Exchange, and this is the brand new Alpha 6700. As mentioned, it's been several years since the last 6000 series of camera was released, but we see many features borrowed from Sony's other systems included within this new camera. Housing a new 26 megapixel APS-C size sensor that's coupled with the Barnsley XR processor, the A6700 also incorporates Sony's AI processing unit. Being APS-C is a big appeal to wildlife and sports photographers with that cropped sensor, allowing you an extra 1.6 times reach when using a full-frame lens. The 6700 is also compatible with Sony's teleconverters, giving you up to another 2 times magnification on top of that original crop. Continuous burst shooting is up to 11 frames per second, with both autofocus and auto exposure available, whilst using either the mechanical or electronic shutter. When shooting in RAW, you can capture 59 shots thanks to the buffer, 44 when shooting in RAW and JPEG, or over a staggering 1000 shots just in JPEG Fine alone. This works out at 90 seconds of continuous shooting, which is pretty phenomenal. With an ISO range of 100 to 32,000 that's expandable from 50 to 102,400, the 6700 has a high sensitivity and wide dynamic range. There is also an improvement to the low light focus, now down to -3 EV, and an upgraded 5-axis in-body image stabilization up to 5 stops, ideal for handheld shooting. We now find 759 phase detection autofocus points, covering the sensor, which nearly doubles that seen in the previous models. With that many points, you have serious control over exactly where you would like your camera to focus, even if your subject's fairly small within your frame. These AF points, when combined with Sony's latest real-time AI subject recognition, are a powerful partnership letting you customize just what you'd like your camera to focus on. This means that the 6700 can actually detect key points of the human body, like the nose, eyes, neck, shoulder, wrist, knee, and even the ankles, helping to keep your human subjects in focus as they move throughout your frame. You can see from the footage taken from the Viewfinder that I've been picked up and tracked as I walk into shot. As I get closer, the Sony switches are locked onto my eye accurately, keeping me the subject of the clip. The AI technology doesn't just recognise humans, you also have the option of animals, birds, insects, cars, trains, and even aeroplanes, which when in this mode, the camera interestingly picked up on this old training area, which doesn't really look like your standard sort of plane, even though that is what it was built for. When it comes to video, the 6700 can capture 4K content from an oversampled 6K sensor with a full pixel readout and no pixel binning, resulting in highly detailed end footage. You can also record in 5 times slow motion whilst in 4K, up to 120 frames per second, with an approximate 1.6 times crop. When stepping down to Full HD, you unlock up to 10 times slow motion at 240p, perfect for those high-octane moments. With 10-bit 422 colour sampling available, along with S-Log3, S-Cinetone and LUTs, your creative options in post really are rather extensive. First seen in the ZV-E1, the 6700 adopts Sony's auto-framing feature, which is an ideal companion when solo shooting. When activating this mode, you can customize your settings on how close you wish the camera to crop in on you, along with the speed it tracks you at. As you move and walk around the frame, the camera digitally crops in and tracks you, giving you far more dynamic content, which would otherwise be fairly static and boring. You can see the original shot here via the viewfinder, and that box tracking me as I move. One thing to note when using a wide angle lens like I did for this shot is that when you get close to the edges of your frame, you will see some distortion. So for the best results, make sure you shoot beyond 35mm to limit this. To handle those environments that cameras don't really like going to, the Alpha 6700 has a durable magnesium alloy build, which is dust and moisture resistant. Keeping with Sony's sustainability plan, the plastic parts of the camera are made from Sorplast, which is created from recycled CDs and plastic bottles. The grip sees an improvement taken from user feedback, giving better handling when using heavier or longer lenses. There has also been a redesign to the buttons and dials, giving you a far easier access to the essential settings, which includes the stills, slow and quick and video dial, the front dial here, the AF on button, and the custom button found just round the side. We find a USB-C port for data transfer and charging, both a headphone and microphone socket, along with a micro HDMI port, so you can link the 6700 up to an external monitor or recorder. There is of course Sony's multi-interface hot shoe on top, allowing you to easily connect one of Sony's microphones, like the newly announced ECM M1 seen here. The SD card slot has also been upgraded to be UHS 2 compatible, which would be needed for the higher frame rates in both the video and possibly for the continuous burst shooting. With a 2.36 million dot XAG OLED viewfinder, we can display both 60 and 120 frames per second. I had no issues clearly seeing throughout my day. If you wish to use the 3-inch touch LCD monitor, I'd recommend popping through the menu settings and turning on bright display mode, which made shooting in the sun a breeze. The screen is now a vari-angled touch monitor, with updates to allow you to switch on Sony's touch panel display, allowing you to make quick changes to your settings. Powering the 6700 is Sony's NP-FZ100 battery, which is commonly seen in many of their other mirrorless systems. The battery lasted throughout my time whilst using the camera, and I had plenty left at the end, even though I came prepared with a spare. A new feature found inside of the menu is accessibility, and this allows users who may struggle to read the menu text the ability to customize an audio readout of what settings and modes you are clicking into.
Focus, exposure, shooting, image quality recording.
It's great to finally receive an update for Sony's non-vlog dedicated APS-C series of cameras. The Alpha 6700 updates its sensor and processor, whilst updating the latest AI processing technology, with better megapixels, autofocus points, higher frame rates in video recording, and a far better handling thanks to the newly positioned dials and switches. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit subscribe, ring that bell to get notifications of all our latest content, and if you'd like any more information, please check out the link below or pop into your local London Camera Exchange.